Hello you guys and welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here. So today we are going to be going over some different posts and videos that I have been sent or I have seen myself that I felt I wanted to talk about here. So if you ever have anything you want to send to me, you can send it over to me on Instagram. That is normally the best way to get a hold of me. So let's get right into this video. I had my coffee earlier. It's about 3 p.m. So we've just got lots of water today. If I have found any of these clips or they've popped up on my Instagram and they're from certain anti-MLM Instagram accounts, I will link all of those individuals below because some of these posts are from individuals on Instagram. So let's get into the first one.
Okay, so I'm listening to this podcast while I'm folding laundry, and this guy is talking about how he talks to a lot of people in hospice, and the number one thing that they say before they die is that they have so many regrets. And the regrets are not things that they've done. They regret things that they did not try, that they did not do, because at the end of your life, you're going to look back and you're going to think, well, I wish I tried that. I wish I gave that a shot. And I always say this, you guys, I always say I'd rather regret something that I did rather than something that I didn't do because I would have no idea how it would have turned out. And every time I hear something like this, I just automatically think of the business that I do. I automatically think of the opportunity that I have because so many people turn it down. So many people say that they don't want to give it a try because they don't know if it'll work for them. It makes me emotional because so many of you that I personally know could benefit from it so much. And I've had conversations with people who want the life that I have. They want to have the freedom to do what they want every day on a daily basis. Like, they don't want to have a boss. They want to make their own hours. But the thought of doing something different than what they're doing now scares them. So let this be your sign to just do the thing that you don't know if you'll be good at, or if you don't know if it's going to work out for you. Whether it's the business with me or something else that's been on your mind, this is your sign to just give it a try because you'll never know unless you try.
First, I'm gonna go with what I agree with. You guys know I'll be very honest if I agree with something that somebody says. So I do agree that we should shoot for the stars, shoot for the moon, and go for everything we want to go for in life, right? And we know that we only live one life and you should go for your dreams. You should go for everything that you ever want and not let certain things hold you back. But no, we're not about to use hospice individuals as a way to sell and recruit into a multi-level marketing scheme. I find it very problematic to use individuals that are hurting, that are passing away soon, because that's what hospice is. And to utilize that and use it as a way to recruit people, in my opinion, is disgusting. And I feel like trying to recruit people by fear like this is weird to me. Like, I don't know if you guys feel that way. Clearly this is opinion based, what I'm talking about right now. There's no facts behind it, but I just find it very problematic, and I find it a way to make people fear something, right? Make people be like, oh yeah, if you don't join this business, you know, when you're almost dying, you're going to feel like so sad about it, or you're going to regret not trying. No, trust me, you are not going to regret not joining a multi-level marketing company. This person is specifically in Monet, or I don't think you'll regret not joining that company. So this was posted by an anti-MLM page, and I actually thought some of the comments were enlightening because some of the individuals that actually commented on this said that they actually work with hospice and work in that realm. And I thought it was interesting what they said. So the actual person that posted this was Not Your Hun on Instagram, and I liked her caption. It says, "Say you're in a cult without saying you're in a cult. Taking care of long-term care patients, let alone hospice patients, is incredibly tough. When hearing someone speak about being the caretaker, normal human emotions to feel are sadness, empathy, and even appreciation for the nurse or caretaker. I'm not sure where we got lost, but I don't think doing mental gymnastics to connect that to Monat or any MLM is healthy. If you're in Monat or another MLM and you find parallels to end-of-life thoughts in joining your MLM, please take a step away and look at your situation. This line of thinking is not okay." And I 100% agree and support like this caption. Someone in the comments said, "I'm pretty sure their regrets are probably like wishing they visited a certain country or told someone they loved them or married a certain somebody," which is true. Like, I feel like if I'm at the end of my life, I may regret things like spending more time with my family, moving to a state that my family's in, not staying here alone in Texas. Like, maybe that'll be something that I regret one day, but not joining an MLM. Another person said, "I deal with hospice patients on a daily because I'm a staff coordinator for in assisted living facility. Believe me, the majority have no regrets, and the ones that do is usually not traveling enough or not forgiving a certain friend or family member. No one has said, I wish I had joined that MLM. Another one said, oh, that was painful to watch. I work in health and social care. I work in palliative care. I'm not sure that word. This person is way out of line to use terminal illness to push her crap. Clearly has no limits, no morals, and zero empathy. I can genuinely say that in my 12 years of nursing terminally ill people, not one has said they regret they didn't join a barely legal pyramid scheme, or they regret not scamming their family and friends for a shitty shampoo. I'm anti-MLM, and this is why. I've seen/read/heard of many awful things people in MLMs do all the time, but this is utterly disgusting. So I liked having those people's comments because I feel like it truly shows what is happening in this situation. Like, I just find it very predatory. I find it like fear mongering, like trying to make people fear, being in hospice and what could happen and their life regrets, and using that to recruit people. I do understand that this person is probably so deep into their MLM and they're trying to do everything they can to connect certain life experiences to recruit people. But I hope that maybe they come across this video and they realize that it's not okay and it's not something that you should be using for you to make money. And that's what you have to think about. Things like this are being utilized to make money. Someone is utilizing someone that is in hospice as a way to make money off of that experience of that person. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. I would love to know your guys' opinions and kind of have a conversation about this. So the next video was actually sent to me on Instagram, and I have a lot of thoughts about this one. So let's get into it. It's of a Young Living rep.
If you haven't noticed, I spend a lot of my life in the car, but I actually got off of work an hour and a half early, which is great because I have several errands I need to run in Columbia. The first is to drop off my diffuser and starter kit oils with a sweet girl in town that simply just wants to cry before she buys. I get it, completely normal. And then the next is to a sweet mother who is really struggling, first with infertility, and her functional specialist has recommended ditching chemicals in her life, so she knew she needed thieves cleaner and she purchased that. But her son is also struggling with allergies and ADHD, so we are hooking him up with a kids diffuser bracelet and a sample of Genius, which is our kids focus oil, just some fun Play-Doh stuff I threw in there, and then Monster Spray, which is really just a sneaky, secretive way to get your kid excited about spraying lavender and peace and calming all over their bed before they go to sleep. So super fun, and I am excited, and I can't wait to see how this stuff blends.
Okay, so to start off, I'm no oil specialist, okay? But I really recommend, as anyone in this world, for children or someone that has children or has pets, to really check what oils can be problematic for that or actually make allergies and stuff worse, because that is a thing. And I know I have really bad allergies, and scents are just not a great thing for me, so I don't use them. So for the kid to have issues with allergies, oils may not be like the best thing to do. Also, a focus oil to try and help a kid that has something like ADD with hyperactivity, I just don't think is the way to go. I think for things like that, seek your doctor's help. See what your doctor has to say about it, not going to someone online and using this, because I just don't like seeing people utilize any sort of health issue. And as you can see, the beginning of this video is all about individuals using certain issues like ADHD, hospice patients, all of these things to make more money. And no, a focus oil is not just going to make someone with ADHD or anything like that just some person who's focused all the time. Like, that's just not how it works. So again, I recommend seeking doctor's help and not doing this. Also, this struggling with infertility thing, please stop going after individuals who have something that's going on in their life when it comes to illness or things like infertility, things like migraines, things like mental health disorders. Please stop. I'm so sick of seeing a new thing pop up every day that's supposed to help individuals who are infertile or have certain mental health disorders. It's not an okay thing to do. You're not a doctor. So let me know what you guys think about that down below too. So let's move on to the next one. What else are we gonna see? Who else are we going to see MLM reps go after? Because I just find it insane that most MLM reps don't go after individuals who have no issues, right? Who have no mental health disorders or no chronic illnesses. You mostly see them go after people that have actual like medical issues or mental health disabilities. Like you see them go after those people, and you have to question why. Why do you go after individuals who are in very emotionally hard places? Like, so let's move on to the next one. What else are we gonna see happen? This one is It Works.
Leave anywhere with gummies because it is my time to take my second round of gummies. So I'm gonna snag them, guys. They are freaking amazing. They taste delicious. They're apple cider vinegar, more so blood orange extract, clinically proven to shrink the visceral fat in your midsections, lower your BMI, and they taste so freaking good. So I take the 4, which is the max amount, which is what I recommend to everybody. My clients are seeing freaking amazing, jaw-dropping results. So if you want to snag yours, I have a couple spots left.
Okay, so first off, we all know when someone says they have a couple spots left, that's not really true. I even did it in my MLM, like, oh, doing things to make it seem like you don't have many spots left. Like, that's just a tactic they use to market. It's kind of like, I don't know if you go to a car dealership and they're like, oh, we only have one car left of the exact model and color you want. You're probably gonna be more likely to get the car and not go home and like think about it because you don't want someone else to buy it. So it's kind of like the same thing. It's not just seen in MLMs where they do certain type of marketing things like this where there's only one left so that you buy their product. So I want to know, where are the clinically proven testings? Because she said that it was clinically proven to shrink visceral fat in your midsection. So I Googled and looked everywhere for this. I didn't find it. I did find a bunch of articles of like reps that have made articles about it being clinically proven, but nowhere where I could actually read studies, like read actual studies that have been done. So if you have found the clinically proven testing or the clinical trials that this company has done on these freaking gummies, please send them to me because I've looked everywhere. I've looked on It Works website. I can't find it. Maybe I'm not looking in the right spot, but I'm just trying to say taking 2 gummies a day is not going to be this magical pill. And I think that it's really sad because a lot of people in the world try things like fad diets and things like this, like gummies, that they believe is going to aid them in weight loss or help their BMI or whatever it may be. And it's probably not going to help you. The actual scientific way to lose weight or the scientific way to gain weight is being in a calorie deficit to lose and a calorie surplus to gain. So if you're taking these gummies and you're in a calorie surplus and you're eating more than your body's burning, you're not gonna see anything happen. Like, you're not going to lose the weight, in my opinion. Now, with that being said, I definitely recommend to seek professional help from a doctor and a dietitian. A doctor can help you by checking your levels for like, oh, your thyroid problems or whatever, because there are individuals who have certain medical conditions that will actually make it harder for them to lose or harder for them to gain weight. So it's really important to like seek help from your doctor or your dietitian if you are trying to lose or gain weight and you're doing everything that you can, but it's not working. You never know. You may have a medical condition that you need to look into that will make it harder for you to lose or gain weight. I just personally dislike any company that sells things like quick fixes and fad diets. Now, personally for myself, I know that I take supplements. I take pre-workout and post-workout, but what I know about those supplements is I know I could go without them. I know that those aren't the things giving me results. Those are just things that I utilize for certain purposes. Pre-workouts, because I wake up really early in the morning, it has caffeine in it, and it's a really quick and easy way for me to get pumped up for the gym. And post-workout, I use it for muscle recovery and as an extra scoop of protein because I don't get enough protein in my day. I don't use it for a meal replacement. I literally eat the post or drink the post-workout shake and then go eat a full meal. So I do utilize like certain products because you guys see me use them if you watch vlogs of mine or anything like that, but I don't use them because I know that's going to be the thing that makes me lose weight. While most of these products for It Works, even on their website, like everything's based off weight loss. So it'll be like your weight loss keto coffee or your weight loss gummies. Like everything is based off of weight loss. So if I go to their nutrition or if we go to their weight control section, everything is like skinny tea, skinny brew, slimming gummies is what these gummies are called. Keto coffee that is supposed to help you lose weight, a fat burner pill, which speaking of, someone sent it to me. I'm not going to take them, but I actually have them downstairs. A cleanse, It Works best fat fuel. Like everything is made to like be something that's going to help you lose weight when you don't need all these products. You don't need to spend all this money. So the next one is of an MLM rep, of a Beachbody rep. I've personally reacted to this individual before, and I thought it was important to cover this. I am debating on doing a full video about this because I have been in the talks with someone. I actually have to respond to their email. I'm horrible at responding to emails, but I've been in the talks with someone who is actually a life coach, like a certified life coach and stuff like that. that. And she's been kind of like helping me navigate life coaches. And what I've noticed is a lot of Beachbody reps are becoming these life coaches, but not just any Beachbody reps, the top reps, like the ones that are already making millions of dollars because they have a huge downline and they don't barely have to work. But I'm talking about like those top of the top reps are the ones that are becoming like life coaches or coming out with a bunch of products and stuff like that. So I thought I would share this clip and talk a little bit more about life coaching and kind of like my opinion on it, but also bring awareness to reps trying to be life coaches without like any certification. So let's see what she has to say about it, and then we may review her links because she does have a link that shows like how she tries to recruit people, and it shows the pricing of how expensive this stuff is that she charges. So let's just watch.
Oh my gosh. So I just got off of a call with a client. She was in my Body Positive Badass course and then my masterclass. And then she booked a series of 6 calls one-on-one. And it was the best call that I've had with her. Just so incredible to see the growth and like just the mindset makeover that people are having about themselves. And like, as we give ourselves these identities, like I'm a people pleaser, I have to be organized, or I'm a control freak, or I can't say no. I'm like the one that we worked on today was her thought was she was diagnosed with PCOS, and her thought is I'm going to be plus size forever. Like I'm always going to have these shitty symptoms. And so then of course she felt frustrated. And when she felt frustrated, she would stay in bed, overeat, watch TV, overdrink, like numb out. And then of course the result of the thought, I'm going to be plus size forever, she's taking all these actions that are going to ensure, what if it was totally fine and it made perfect sense that in this society you want to be smaller? What if there's nothing wrong with that? You know? And then you can come from a place of love. Like, I don't know. And then she had another thought that was like, I want to lose weight and I hate that I want to lose weight. And I was like, it makes total sense that you want to lose weight when we live in a society that is so focused. And then you beat yourself up about it and you're frustrated. Then you're going to overeat, you're going to overdrink, you're going to stay in bed, you're not going to take care of yourself, right? And so it's just like really working on these thoughts. So I was like, what if you gave yourself permission to want to be smaller? Like, on weight loss and physical appearance of women. And, people are treated differently. It's harder to shop when you're plus size. Like, it's just all of these things that makes total sense. So then if you're feeling the thought, I hate that I want to lose weight. So I just love it. I feel like it is so powerful when you're able to really get in your mind and understand like why your life is the way it is, and the results that you've created for yourself are just because of the way that you're thinking, and you have so much more control. So anyway, and you can always book with me, right? I'll leave the link here so you can swipe up if you want to book some sessions with me. It's not a Beachbody thing. It's totally separate from that. So if you want to work, I actually work with several Beachbody coaches that are not on my team or anything, but it just feels so good to see people like change their own damn lives.
So I hope that you guys heard the part where she said, oh, you can swipe up now. It's not a Beachbody thing, but I'm a life coach for a lot of Beachbody reps. And that part particularly frustrates me because, well, let's start off with the fact that I already told you guys I'm noticing a lot of top reps, especially in Beachbody, starting their own business ventures and diversifying income by doing other things, not just being in an MLM. Because I will say a lot of the top reps are really big on social media. Like, they have huge followings, which guess what? I talk about it all the time. Having a huge following is something that is very beneficial when you're in an MLM, because why? You can recruit more people. You have an audience of more people to recruit. So they're starting to use their audience and doing different business ventures and doing, paid product stuff on social media. So really diversifying that income. I do recommend that. MLM rep or not, I really say diversifying your streams of income is the best, because one day, what if I don't know, for instance, I became like a full-time person who does YouTube and creates content, but then YouTube, like the app shuts down. I'm like, oh my gosh, my income is gone. That full-time job is gone. What do I do now? But diversifying your income allows for you to not have to worry as much if something stops. So that goes back to the whole, I wonder, and this is me just like allegedly, me just thinking, me coming up with theories. I love theories. Me thinking that a lot of Beachbody reps know that one day their MLM probably could be shut down at any time. and really diversifying that income to where they can make even more money, whether it's on the Beachbody reps, making more money from them, or making more money in general because one day the MLM may be gone. I'm just saying, just some thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down below. I just have a problem with the life coaching. And the reason I'm gonna say that is I don't have a problem with life coaching in general, right? Life coaching, if you guys don't know, is kind of a way to help people make progress in their life when it comes to things like relationships, career, and just your day-to-day life. So life coaching can be beneficial to a lot of people, but I always recommend to find someone who is certified. Now, I know that life coaching doesn't have any like regulations in, especially like the United States. You don't have to legally be certified, but I always do recommend finding someone who is certified or has some type of education or background that will allow them to be a good life coach, or you would know that they have certifications. So I know someone reached out to me, they actually have a psychology background and used to be a counselor or a therapist and then became a life coach. That's someone I would be like, okay, they have a little bit of background understanding the mind and things like that. So I would recommend that. I am again thinking about doing a full video on this, so I won't go too in depth on my recommendations for that. But what I don't like about this rep in particular, she does have a huge social media platform, over 100,000 followers on Instagram, and she's using life coaching to take more money from MLM reps. And I know that this person knows people in her downline don't all make money, and she knows what's going on in the MLM, but instead she is still making more money off of these Beachbody reps and still taking these vulnerable individuals and making even more money off of them than she's already making. And the thing that I find the biggest issue is that this rep is widely known, right? She was a top rep for years. She is still a top MLM rep in Beachbody. And because of that, a lot of Beachbody reps follow her on social media, whether they're in her downline or not. I'm telling you, I used to follow her. I wasn't in her downline, but I followed her because she was widely known in Beachbody. So there are so many Beachbody people that are not in her downline that probably still want advice from her or look up to her. So by becoming a life coach on a whim and having Beachbody reps pay you, it's like another way that you're using your Beachbody influence, your influence you have over any Beachbody rep because you're a top Beachbody rep. You're using that to make more money off of them, which I don't like. So if we actually go to her page, she has or charges a lot of money. So let's kind of go look at it really quickly and look over it. So here, if you click on her bio, it says ready to become a badass woman with more faith than fear. So she says, this isn't about me telling you what to do or trying to change anything. It's about ditching the thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you so you can step into the life you were made for. Together, we'll uncover your deepest goals and desires and help you create an abundant life you can feel good about. So then she talks about real talk. Isn't it time you finally chased that dream and lived off on your own terms? Girl, I know how to make that happen. As women, we spend a lot of time caring for other people and putting our dreams on the back burner because we feel like we have to. I call BS. You can start enjoying life without the guilt and shame right now, exactly as you are, without being a bad mom, wife, sister, or employee. So she keeps going on and on and on. And then she says, I can help because I've been there too. I did all the things I was supposed to do, college, job, marriage, buying a house, and I was completely unfulfilled. My life looked great on paper, but inside I was struggling with depression, etc. I won't go into that. So then she says how it works. First we talk. Life coaching with me is kind of like therapy, which I don't like that. You cannot give therapy or any mental health advice at all in life coaching. You can't. You have to be actually certified with your state, with, all of that stuff that you need to be like an actual mental health person that does therapy. So this is a big red flag. If you see this at all, report the person like I just would, because you shouldn't be saying it's kind of like therapy. No, it's not therapy, and it shouldn't be looked at as therapy. Therapy's therapy, right? Seeking someone who actually has the criteria, certifications, education, and background to back that up. For her, what does she have? She hasn't given me any certifications. I can't find any certifications. It just looked like she is using her Beachbody experience and her past couple years to make her a life coach. She's saying life coaching with her is kind of like therapy. She then says, I'll ask you some tough questions. You'll get real, honest, and vulnerable, but this is a totally safe space and you'll feel confident opening up. Our sessions together are a chance for you to focus on your own dreams and goals. Next, we uncover. Our conversations will lead us to uncovering your true purpose and goals for your life. Those things you've been too scared to ever tell anyone you want. We're getting those things out into the open. We'll focus on shifting your mindset and helping you see your true value and worth. I don't really find a problem with that. So then she says, then you live. The best part, you get to start living life on your own terms. You You'll feel confident and empowered to chase after your big goals. Forget living in fear of the scale or always being on a restrictive diet. You are made for more, and I'm gonna help you embrace the life you deserve. So here she's like talking about fear of the scale and restrictive diet. So she's definitely someone on social media that likes to promote intuitive eating. She actually has her own intuitive eating course. So while this person's a Beachbody rep, promotes Beachbody, sells Beachbody, she has an intuitive eating course and is now a life coach. So then it says like, book your session. If you're an ambitious woman who is ready for more, life coaching with me is designed for you, whether you want to work together in one intense session or more. So whatever, let's keep going. Now, this is where I found it shady. We're going to show her like testimonials. She put 3 testimonials on her link when it comes to talking about booking a session and what her life coaching entails. All 3 of these people, I know who they are. They're all Beachbody reps. They're all people who are in very vulnerable places that she recruited that got high up with her years ago. So all 3 of these individuals are very high up in Beachbody with her, and they all kind of started early with her and stuff like that. So why is she using like these Beachbody reps as testimonials? She's never life coached them. So what is she trying to say, that like Beachbody and her being a Beachbody rep has given her the qualifications to be a life coach and then utilize her top reps that she's recruited that are now making money as her testimonials for life coaching? Very weird. So let's read it. It says, for the first person, it says, I've learned that I am capable and worthy of amazing things as long as I'm willing to work for them. Blank asked me to be a coach 4 times. I ghosted her all 4. It's like she knew I was made for this before I even knew what coaching was. Now we dream together, and even better, we are living out those dreams. Reaching goals people said were impossible, and we aren't stopping here. If you're wondering, no, I can't believe this is my life. What does that have to do with life coaching? You're trying to say that like this person, this MLM rep, was like some sidekick that knew you needed coaching before you knew. She had all of this thoughts of you having so much potential, so she can be a life coach because of that? No, she was telling you have a bunch of potential. She wanted you to also make her money. The next one, it says, I have never felt so good in my entire life. I sort of feel like I'm aging in reverse. It says, change is freaking hard. But now that I look back, what was harder for trying to quiet the disdain for myself, for my body, for where I was in my life, and for all of it? It is never too late to start over or start something new. The thing you look at other people doing and wish you could, the girl you look at that you wish you could be, you have the power to be that right now, to do what you want. And guess what? You're her. It is never too late to own your life. You are her. Next one, the reason my dream came true is that I had the vision way before experiencing it. Then I went to work. Life 100% happened for me when this girl, the MLM rep that's doing the life coaching, popped into my feed. From makeup tips to healthy recipes to changing my career and life, I'm forever grateful for blank for showing me what's possible. So I find this weird in a bunch of different ways. I already stated that I found it weird because she's using Beachbody reps that have gotten to the top with her because they joined also years ago with her. And all of them have a very big following, especially the first one that I talked about, her little testimonial. She's actually has over like 1 million people on TikTok. She uses her daughter to gain followers. So this person is huge on social media already, which again benefits her when it comes to Beachbody and her MLM. We already know that, but she's using these people, and it makes me think, are you using those people to show that you have like the qualifications to be a life coach because you don't actually? Or are you using this as a way to sell life coaching to more Beachbody reps? So all in all, I don't like this. I don't like that this person has an intuitive eating course when she's not certified. She's not a nutritionist. She's not a dietitian. She doesn't show any qualifications. She now is a life coach. Why? Because she's been a Beachbody rep that has a huge downline of thousands of people under her. And now she is also taking more money from Beachbody reps because, you know, why not? Why not take more money from them? So her course, or not her course, her life coaching, there's 3 different like things you could buy or packages you could buy. I'm getting tongue twisted. I apologize. My words aren't coming out. So it's called the One Night Stand for the first package. It's a 1 to 45 minute call, $147. The next package is Take It to the Next Level. So it says 1 call a week for 6 weeks, and it's an investment of $797. Then the last one is called Serious Relationship. Low-key, I actually think the names of these packages are really cute, like One Night Stand, Take It to the Next Level, Serious Relationship. Like, I think that's kind of cute, but still don't like it. So the Serious Relationship is 2 calls a month for 6 months, and you have to spend $1,297. So we already know people are losing money in Beachbody. A bunch of people look up to you. You have an influence on pretty much any Beachbody rep that's in Beachbody because you're talked about so highly in the MLM, so you're just gonna take more money from them. So I do want to put a disclaimer that I don't have an issue with someone becoming an entrepreneur or doing their own thing. I don't have a problem with someone actually being a life coach. I just personally believe that you should have some qualifications to back you up and to show that you have an education on it and that you can help people, navigate their life. And when it comes to her intuitive eating, no matter who you are, if you're starting your own business, I don't appreciate it if you have no qualifications. You should not be having an intuitive eating course or class or whatever if you're not a nutritionist or dietitian or someone that has a background in food. Or you should at least be telling people that. This is a intuitive eating course, even though I have no education and no background. Now, if this person has her own merch or her own line of clothing or whatever, I'll support that because I want to support anyone and their small business, but I'm not going to support people doing things that could harm others. An intuitive eating course with someone who's not certified can harm others. Someone paying a bunch of money to have a life coach that's not qualified, who knows if that could hurt them in the long run. By having more Beachbody reps do this life coaching thing, that's making people lose even more money. Who knows if she's even having people stay in Beachbody longer because she's telling them all these amazing things like, oh, I'm your life coach. Keep doing it. Stop having those limiting beliefs. You can do it in this MLM. In my eyes, it's hurting people in the end. That's my opinion. I just want people to know I have no issues with entrepreneurs. I have no issues with women starting their own businesses, and I will support them and I will love them, but I will never support someone doing things without the proper qualifications for it, but making it seem like they are a professional. That's all. I just want to make sure you guys know that over and over again, putting disclaimers, because I'm told many times that I'm someone who hates women and doesn't support them in their business ventures. I do, as long as if you're doing a business that needs qualifications, that you have those qualifications. If you have them, I'm going to support you. So this next one is actually about It Works. This is someone kind of trying to, or she's in It Works, right? And she's trying to talk about the reasons why people are nervous to join the business. So let's read the 4 slides. The first one says, I'm afraid to fail, in quotes. It says, so was I. It's what held me back for months from joining this business. That's what I call the feel, felt, found method. She's trying to relate to you. She then said, but what I realize now is that the goal isn't to not fail. If you ask anyone in the entire world who has ever been successful, they failed a lot, which is true. We all fail. Just saying. They failed forward. They learned from their small failures, and that's how they became successful, not by avoiding failure. Avoiding failure for 20 years of my life got me into a place where I was broke and struggling. So I did something different and failed forward, and now I'm here. Also, define failure. Trying something new and doing your best to learn a new skill you don't have all figured out yet and learning along the way doesn't sound like failing to me. So I actually agree to disagree with a little bit of this. So I agree with the part of the failing. Everyone's going to fail. I fail all the time. I mess up all of the time. I do things wrong all of the time. We're human beings. We're going to do things wrong. And by failing at something, I think you can take a learning lesson from everything. And everything that has happened in my life, I've allowed myself to take something from it, right? So yes, that's kind of like what failing forward is. You fail, you analyze what you did wrong and how you can learn, and you move forward. But I think when it comes to MLMs, I believe that a lot of people, it's not that they fail their MLM, right? I feel like sometimes you realize that the thing you're doing isn't going to get you where you want to be, or isn't proven to get most people where they want to be. So with MLMs, we already know the statistics, we know, but if we do want to actually look at It Works like income disclosure statement, cool, we can. Their most recent, the 2019 one, shows that 85.94% of distributors are in the lowest of the lowest rank. 85% of people make an average of $48 a month. So with that being said, if you're only making that and you're doing it for years and you're trying your best, to me, it's not that you're failing, it's that you see, hey, statistically, 85% of people only make $48 a month. This isn't working for me. And I feel like the mindset that this reminds me of is the going until you succeed. So how she says, oh, you fail a lot, define failure. failing is what held me back. I feel like when you get into the MLM, this can kind of be manipulated, because what happens when you're in the MLM and say you've been in it for 3 years and you still aren't making good money, but you're working hard every day, right? You're working 24/7, you work all the time, you hop on all the calls, you hop on all the trainings, you do everything they say, but it's not working because it's proven to not work for 99% of people. You're going to be told in that MLM that you need to go until you succeed. And it's been told to me, I've been shown from others in a bunch of different MLMs, this is kind of what you're told. You're told, oh, the people who failed are people who stop. So it's kind of a manipulation tactic to keep you in for longer. So say someone does have that reason, I'm afraid to fail, so they don't join. So they listen to this slide that this person wrote on their Instagram stories and they join, but then a year goes by and they're still failing, right? Quote unquote failing. They're just going to be told by that same upline, oh, well, go until you succeed. You can succeed. Just fail forward. Like, this past year has been really hard and you haven't been succeeding, but like, keep doing what you're doing. This is what you can change. This is what you should do, because guess what? The people who don't quit are the people who succeed. And it's just another way to keep people in longer and manipulate you into staying into the MLM forever. Yeah. That's just how it works. So let's move on to the next one. So the next slide is the I'm scared I won't know anyone who will pay that much for a product. So she said, our products are extremely inexpensive. Actually, that's a mental money block that you have about what other people will pay based on what you personally would or wouldn't pay. Products could be $1 and some will say it's too expensive, or they could be $10,000 and someone would say it's too cheap. Who would say that? Who would say $10,000 is too cheap? She said it's all relative and compared to other companies in the industry. Our products, compared to the other companies in the industry, are ridiculously affordable. Plus, the people I counted in my head that I knew before joining and assumed they wouldn't be interested were some of my first customers. So I actually looked into It Works products and prices and just took my time to compare just 2 products. So I'm gonna talk about that in a second, but in my opinion, you can kind of look at what an MLM is. So I can look at Monat and be like, okay, how much are their hair care products compared to really great hair care products that are not an MLM? And you can compare and contrast the prices within that industry. So for me, that's what I did. And in my opinion, their products are really expensive, like for what I would pay. So clearly with It Works, they actually have like their VIP loyal customer price and their retail price. I'm gonna go based off the retail because I believe if you become a loyal customer, you have to be a customer for a certain amount of months, and I'm not gonna talk about that. If we're just talking about the retail prices, I looked at 2 products. I looked at their greens powder and their energy powder or whatever. Their greens powder retails for $65 for 30 servings, and I can just go to PE Science and get a 30 servings for 29 bucks. PE Science has great ingredients, great products, great reviews. I will admit, I do have their greens powder and it tastes like not very good. I don't like the taste of it. I have to like choke it down. I won't lie about that. But PE Science is still cheaper. I can get something cheaper with even better ingredients and not have to buy your crap that's $65. So then I looked at their energy stuff, because normally like something like pre-workout or an energy powder may be a little bit more inexpensive than some of like the other products. Their energy powder for 30 servings is $55 retail, and PE Science you can get a 40-day servings for 35 bucks, or even like 29 if you use a coupon code. I normally use like an influencer's code that's on Instagram, and I get mine for like 29 bucks for 40 servings. So it lasts me over a month. So in my opinion, there are definitely other companies that are at more competitive prices for cheaper, have even better ingredients or equal to the ingredients, less ingredients in their products. So personally, I recommend PE Science. That's just my opinion on it, but with It Works, there are many other products that are cheaper. On top of that, I don't even recommend, personally, this is my personal opinion, I don't recommend any It Works products. 0. They are not necessary. Like I talked about earlier in this video, products like this aren't necessary for like a health and wellness journey. Supplements, you don't need. With this MLM, they're always kind of showing that their products are needed. They're something that people need. And it's like, no, people don't need your skinny coffee. Next one. I've tried a different direct sales company and it didn't work out for me. Let's see what they have to say about this. She goes, so this 100% depends on the company you're with and whether or not it's in alignment with where you naturally put your energy. For example, if I don't cook but sell cookware, I'm out of alignment. If I sell makeup but don't wear makeup, I'm out of alignment. Some companies out there are so outdated as far as their products products, as well as their business model with keeping inventory and hosting parties and allowing online orders until recently. That's why I love our company and the fact that everything is done online and has been for decades. And we are good at online marketing. It's also important to know your market saturation. A lot of times people join companies that have so much competition, it makes it tough to stand out or remain set apart. With us, we have distinct products people need and want, and they have to come and get us. No, one, you're not like the only company to do crap online when it comes to online sales. Most MLMs today and within the past 10 years have done online where you can just go to the actual, like for instance, Beachbody. You can go to Beachbody and buy the product. Monat, I can go to Monat and buy the product and it gets shipped to my house. Like most MLMs nowadays, due to especially social media, that's how it works. It's not so much like Mary Kay and Avon, especially because those MLMs are more so like back in the day they started. So yes, the newer MLMs or the MLMs, even within the past 10 years, are mostly online based. So no, you're like not the only company that does that. Most MLMs do it. Shen said we have a distinct product people need and want. Like I said, wellness products aren't needed. And then she said it's important to know your market saturation. The health and wellness industry, like in my opinion, is very saturated. Like there are so many health and wellness companies that are in MLM and not. Like even MLM wise, Beachbody, Thrive, It Works, like there's so many of them that sell health and wellness stuff. Like the main MLMs we have are health and wellness oils and like hair care and stuff like that. Like those are the main MLM. So the market is saturated, especially when it comes to the MLM market in general is overly saturated. Like we've already done this on my channel where we calculate the amount of people that are in the world and then we calculate how many reps can be recruited until you run out of people. Yeah, the line doesn't go very far. So you will run out of people before everyone can make good money off products like this or can even find enough people to sell the product to. You'll run out of people. Okay, so I went to this person's Instagram. I'm just like going to people's Instagrams today. So I went to it and I was curious if she had like a link to sell products because I want to see, is she more a rep that's at the top that is product based, right? Selling products, which we already know is not really a thing that a top rep can get to the top just by selling products. But I wanted to see, does she promote recruiting more or does she promote like selling product more? So I go to her link in her link tree and it has 3 links: Facebook, talking about her story, and influencer application. We can clearly see that they like to call themselves like influencers. They like to say that you can fill out an influencer application. And if you are someone that has no idea what I'm talking about, or this is your first video you've ever seen on MLMs, when someone is giving you an influencer application and they're in a multi-level marketing company, they're essentially just recruiting you into their multi-level marketing company. They're recruiting you to be a part of their sales team and they're recruiting you to recruit more people. This doesn't make you an influencer. So I feel like this is used and utilized to make people not really think that you're in an MLM or things like that. They're trying to just get influencers and they're trying to appeal to the younger crowd. Like we see a lot of the younger crowd, like 18, 19, 20-year-olds that want to be influencers or create content online. So when they see something like this, they'll be more likely to click on it instead of it being like multi-level marketer application or network marketing application or join my team application. If you see influencer application, the younger crowd is going to be more likely to click on it. So here I'm going to read it. We might as well. Is she going to sell product? Is she going to talk about income? Let's see. So influencer application. She goes, I'm so excited that you're interested in learning more about what I do. A little bit about me. I'm a newlywed to an amazing husband and she has a golden retriever. She says, I love lifting weights, tacos, margs, and traveling. I mean, I love all those too. Lifting, tacos, and margs are good. She said, I found this opportunity 6 years ago on Instagram and I saw a girl from my hometown posting about her results with the products. I thought it was totally fake and photoshopped, but I was struggling with a health problem at the time and I'd gained a lot of weight. So I decided to give them a shot. I was obsessed with my results. So then I realized that the girl who sold me the products were making as much from her phone with this business as I was working 40 hours a week as a nanny watching 3 kids. So I decided to join. I had no experience in sales. I thought I was too busy because I was working 2 jobs and going to school full time. I was new to the area, so I didn't know enough people and I didn't have money. Oh gosh, I can see what she's doing. I didn't have money to join, but despite that, I jumped in anyway. So let's break this down. She talks about how she found the opportunity because someone else was doing this and got results. She then talks about how she was being like essentially overworked, right? Working 40 hours a week, watching 3 kids. She decided to join even though she had no experience. She was too busy and all of these things. And then she jumped in even though she didn't have the money. So what does that do? that already talks to people who don't have money, who are overworked, and all of those things. She's trying to get to those people, trying to relate to those people in order to get them to also join, for them to be like, oh my God, I also don't make a lot of money. I also don't have the money to join. I also will put this on a credit card because you didn't have the money to join, but you made it happen. So this is really how they begin to relate to people and use their story as a recruiting tactic. She then said, because I said yes 6 years ago, my life has done a complete 180. I'm healthier than I've ever been before and in the best shape of my life. I'm a better human and closer to Jesus than I've ever been. I've made the most amazing friends I never would have met, but it has not been possible without this opportunity. I get to travel the world now and truly live my life to the fullest. We paid cash for our wedding and honeymoon. We built our dream home because of this business, and we have paid over $100,000 in debt. Now we get to give back more in a year than we used to make in a year. This is something I would personally report. She's making income claims that, oh, we're claiming that this business did this for us, right? It made us this much money, it did this much, so you can report that. People aren't really allowed to say that. She then said, I know what it's like to put $5 of gas in my tank at a time and what it's like to put groceries on credit cards. I also know what it's like to not have to struggle, and it truly is a choice. You are worthy, you're capable, you're destined for greatness. Before you fill out this application, here are some things you will learn when you join my team. How to make a successful income from social media, how to step into your purpose and become the person God has called you to be, how to inspire others and grow your network, how to brand yourself. Jen says our team is one of the fastest growing social media teams in our whole company, and we're excited to help you reach your goals. So here are a few questions. Are you disciplined and coachable? Are you ready to change your life? Are you willing to learn? And do you have fun while making, or do you want to have fun while making money? If so, to email her and to fill out this application. So the application asks like your name, your age, where you're from, your Instagram handle, your phone number. So now she's gonna have your phone number, what made you interested in what she does, and what this extra income can do for you. The reason she's asking you this is so she can utilize your why and your reason for wanting to join, or your reason for wanting to become an influencer, to use that against you to get you to join. So I just don't like that she's really trying to relate to individuals who are struggling. So what do you guys think about all of this? Please be aware if you are someone that is wanting to do content or be an influencer, don't feed into these things. These aren't going to make you influencers. Joining a multi-level marketing company is not going to make you an influencer. All it's going to do is have you recruit friends, recruit family, recruit people on social media, cold message people, post daily, and it's truly probably not going to get you to where you want to be. So I really wanted to just give you guys a little bit of insight about how much just the term influencer and like influencer culture is so widely known, and so many people want to be that these MLM reps are utilizing it to rope people in and utilizing their stories and their experiences in life to reach out to more vulnerable people to recruit them. So that's going to be all for today's video. Don't forget to like and comment. I'd love to know what you guys think. I feel like today was definitely more of like a laid back video, but talked about a lot of important issues like chronic illness, mental health disorders. It talked about the issues with things like life coaching that these MLM reps are now doing without any qualifications. Talked about things like infertility and struggles with that. And yeah, I'd love to just know what you guys think about it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys in the next video.